Well, thanks everybody for joining us today. We just really wanted to kind of hold this meeting. These is for our NCDOT, NCLUG, ORD OpenX week that we're planning on hosting next week. And so I think we've got everything set up, but I just wanted to host this call with people that are going to be our speakers and moderators to give them, just make sure that the logistics of the event go smoothly, and then I can answer any questions or anything that y'all might have about what we're doing. So for each session, we have, I guess we're going Monday through Tuesday. We'll have one at 9, one at 12, and one at 2:30. They're set for an hour, but they can go longer if people are asking questions. We kind of encourage that to, carry it on as long as you're willing to stay as a speaker and stuff and answer the questions. But it's not really a hard time there that you have to end, because we will too be recording all the sessions. So anybody that has to get off can always go back and view it if they need to. So for each session, we have a NCLUG moderator. And I think I pulled up the wrong little spreadsheet. And we have the presenter that's been assigned to each session. And so the NCLUG moderator will do the welcome. We'll make sure to record the session and record the attendees. And then they'll go through a little bit of housekeeping and then probably just hand it straight over to the presenter. And so you should be able to share your screen. And then the moderator will help field questions in the Q&A box. We'll probably wait until the end to ask your questions, but if the moderator can kind of keep an eye on that, and if one pops up and it's kind of relevant to what you're talking about, might ask you. So I think this might be an old sheet that I have here too. Does anybody have any questions about kind of the layout of it? I think we are setting these up so that that last slot, which is Thursday at 2:30, is going to be a follow-up for questions. So we're going to kind of stay in all these sessions that people get back and they start looking and reviewing it. If they have more questions, that they could come back and ask those. And of course, we'll put out there the NCDOT implementation email address for people to send their questions to.
That'll be perfect, Patty. And just to add on to that Thursday afternoon, Vaseem and I and others, we've been coordinating with a number of the PEF firms that have been doing some of the pilot project work for true production work using ORD. Namely, I believe it's Wood Engineering, CDM Smith, and KCA. And so we're going to try and get them each to potentially speak for maybe just about 10 minutes or so about what they're seeing from a user perspective and some of the insights on that Thursday afternoon. So I figure if we start with that, that'll really help get a lot of other questions in people's minds that if they didn't have it developed from the week during the week. But so we're going to try and put that in there as well.
Great. Just as part of the overview, each of these sessions, NCLUG set these up as their own individual teams meeting. So if somebody has the link to the first one, it doesn't necessarily get them into any of the other ones. So people have to individually register for each session. So that should help with some overlap. I know sometimes the chat function stays functional after the meeting and people will be typing in there, but hopefully people won't be bombarded by a bunch of text that they didn't necessarily want. So I know it's a little more cumbersome to have to actually go and register for each session, but I think it worked out well last time, so we stuck with that formatting. But just want to make sure y'all are as aware as speakers and stuff that you'll have to make sure you get to your Pacific session.
And you got to sign up for your session.
Yes. Hey, Jason, you have your hand up?
Hey, yeah, Patty. As far as fielding questions, I noticed this the last time, Oak, you did a demo. We were getting some questions that kind of had to do with what was on the screen right then.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to? And what I'd normally do, Patty, is I'm kind of waiting in the wings. You know, if it's a question I can answer, I'll type in an answer. But sometimes it's something. If Oak could speak to it right then, would probably be the time. Oak, do
Yeah.
you have a preference on that? Do you want me to interrupt your flow with a question if it's got something to do on the screen right then, or kind of wait till we get to the end?
If you're talking, Oak, we can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm always trying to find the unmute button. Yeah, so yeah, if Jason, if you think if it's a type of question that can be answered right there, stop me if you could. If it's something that you think is could be done, afterwards, just type in chat. We can go over that afterwards.
Okay. And it's good to hear, Patty. We might be able to have a little extension time.
Yeah.
Oak's actually planning on packing in a lot to our 1 hour. It's an aggressive schedule.
Yeah.
So cool.
Cool.
That's all I had.
These are set up as team sites, MS Teams, so hopefully everybody has access to that. And we will be recording all the sessions. And posting them on the website once they're done. And NCLUG will be handling we are giving out PDH credits of an hour for each of these sessions, so we'll be handling all that. Does any moderators or speakers have any questions? Feel free to call me on my cell phone that day of or something if you have any issues too. You can reach me. I think it's probably in an email. Should have that.
Hey, Jeff, just a little side note about when the consultants talk at the end. To me, that kind of has the feel of what we've done at previous NCLUGs is kind of have a panel at the end. And I've sat in on a few of those to where you might have 3, 4, 5 people sitting at the table, and each one maybe speaks for 3 or 4 minutes. Even it was very informal. You don't even have a slideshow. You just kind of talk about your experiences and then immediately open it up for questions. It kind of, and the reason I say at a panel, it sort of takes the stress of like presentation out of it.
Right.
You just sort of, all of you sitting up there at the table, everybody talks a little bit, and the conversations just sort of bled into one another. Patty, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, we call them a round table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe kind of presenting it that way might, I don't know. Just kind of thinking about what I've seen in the past and what we're trying to pull off. It sort of feels like one of those to me.
Yeah, I'm sitting there nodding my head, but that's exactly what I had in mind, Jason. And for that hour, what I picture is like just the first, like, not even like 20, 30 minutes tops, maybe the first half of it. Just I'll do like a super quick, like 5-minute recap of the week. You know what I'm saying? Just saying, hey, look, we just had a great week. Here's all the things we covered. And then we've got hopefully a representation from all 3 of those firms on, and we've got some working sessions this week around that, Jason. But then have them basically just kind of just almost a hello, 5 minutes kind of thing. We worked on this project. Here are a few key things we saw, kind of thing, just to, like I said, kind of get that going for each one about 5 minutes, and then just really open up the questions in that round table, just trying to get it going kind of thing. And then have them certainly stay on for the call to answer questions as we go. So I couldn't agree more.
I was thinking in terms of what Vaseem said, that some of the other, I didn't meet with all of the firms. I just sat in on one of them, and Vaseem, am I remembering correctly? You said one of them did like a screen share and pulled up some files or some visuals.
Yeah,
K-
yeah, and that's yeah. Go ahead, yeah.
KCA did it, yeah.
Okay.
KCA did a really good job of demoing a few of their projects and showing the models and some of the graphically what some of the issues of what they had to do. I think the stuff they were showing, you couldn't show it without a picture. I mean, you
Okay.
couldn't talk about it.
Well,
So like
then
the cross sections and everything else, it was really good to see it.
if we're going to afford them the opportunity to do something like that, I would make sure all of the other firms are aware of what the firms are doing, because they wouldn't want to be one up to buy a firm, oh, he's doing visuals with CAD shots of screen and stuff. We need to put some of that in ours,
Yeah,
so that
the
they all
KCA,
come in at the same level.
yeah, the KCA did a lot of screen sharing, but the CDM Smith guy, he didn't show any screen.
Right.
He just talked about it.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, if we're going to do a full, if they're going to allow them presentation time, just make sure everybody's aware what the other ones are doing in case they want to step up their game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I think we have something scheduled with them, right, Racine, Jeff?
We do. Mm-hmm.
And then we could talk about that. Yeah. What are you actually showing? And they can get, because they did mention they want to talk to each other about they're not overlapping or
Uh-huh. Who's going to
redundant.
handle what part?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You can see here's the registration. It looks like we're like in the 150s, 160. I think I saw another announcement just went out today. So they range anywhere in there. So those numbers should be increasing. I have put an invite out on LinkedIn. So if anybody's on LinkedIn, you should be able to go and like and share that post. And I think I might have even sent it. I tried to anybody that was a speaker or presenter include you in on that. So you might just check your messages on LinkedIn. You might have one on there to help promote it. All the NCLUG moderators should have gotten a copy of the script. I mean, it's pretty simple, but just let me know if you have any questions about that.
Hey, Patty, what does the one that's labeled disabled mean? Does that mean it's full?
No, so what it is I've created the invite, which is it lists everything as, so this is what's been sent out to everybody.
Oh, yeah,
It has
the
all of
agenda.
them,
Okay.
but it doesn't have the registration is disabled.
Gotcha.
So people can't register for the, I guess, the overview.
Okay.
Or the invite. So that's why that says disabled.
Okay.
Any other questions? We appreciate y'all.
Patty, when did you send out that script?
Well, last week. It might be attached to this meeting minutes.
Okay.
It might be attached to this calendar invite.
It is. It's attached to this calendar invite.
Okay, I'll look.
Yep.
And then we'll open these sessions 5-10 minutes prior to the start time so that the speakers can make sure their screen's working and things like that. So.
Yeah. And that just brings up a point, Patty, just to make sure that, like I said, the presenters will just share their screen, just like a normal Teams meeting. You don't need to send your presentation in advance or anything like that. Just have it ready to go at the time of the meeting. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're going to let the presenters run their own presentations. Yeah.
Great. We're excited. And the moderators are going to do like just a quick, 30-second intro just to say, kind of go over the ground rules and intro the person each time, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
And then just as a caveat, if you happen to have any videos in your presentation, just be sure, I think sometimes when you share your screen, you got to make sure you click that little button that says share audio also, if you have any like videos that you're planning on presenting. And it's an easy fix. If you forget to do it, we can correct it. You know, it doesn't take but a second.
People are really interested in ProjectWise.
Yeah.
170.
I
Four
know.
people have joined just in the last 2 minutes.
Is that right? I hadn't even been watching it.
It was at 166 a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah, I expected to grow today since that email went out this morning. And I think, you know, of course, we'll be sending out another one probably Thursday or Friday, I think. Since this is next Monday, time's coming up fast. So, okay, I think y'all are all seasoned presenters and seasoned moderators. So I know I trust everybody's going to do a good job. So I'm excited. I'm glad we can do this again. So I appreciate everybody taking time to do the presentations.
Certainly, Patty. I'm just in there kind of smiling. I heard some chuckling in the background. We are seasoned veterans. Come on, we got this. No. Well, great. Well, if there's any other questions, like I said, we don't have to keep everyone's time for this hour time slot. But like I said, just to really open up, anyone on the call is any questions at all? Like I said, again, I know it's pretty straightforward, and we are following that same format as last summer, last July. But it's pretty straightforward. I know we've had some prep sessions already, and if there are any questions this week about content, certainly reach out and we get things figured out. But I think we're good. But what are we missing? Yeah. Anyone?
Jeff, you got a nice, healthy list of dad jokes queued up. we got a whole week here. We're gonna need a lot of them.
I'll try to have at least one or two teed up for every meeting, you know, because I'm going to join every session, so I'll be on there for continuity. But yeah, we'll have some fun, Jason. To your point, have some fun with this. Mm-hmm.
Go.
Great.
Easy enough.
All right.
Sounds good to me. Patty, seriously, but just from the NCDOT vantage point, thank you to NCLUG and all the work you guys are doing and helping this out. This is really a great conduit for us to get word out and to get feedback from the industry. So it really goes both ways. So we just want to thank you.
Well, we appreciate the partnership. That's good for us also. So, all right. Well, thank y'all for your time. And I guess we'll be chatting next week.
Sounds fun. Thanks, Patty. Thanks, everybody.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.